to the Front Office Podcast. I am your host, Marcus Cameron, and
I am Sean Elwood, finally here, Bobby, in case you were wondering where I was at. I'm here.
well, welcome, brother. We so glad to have you in the building. As you can see, we're not in the front office because it's two of us. We're in the man cave, watching a little college football. It's championship Saturday. I know everybody's tuned in, probably half drunk by now. Alabama just finished beating Georgia.
Got Florida State up on Louisville right now.
Yeah, Florida State's up 3-0. The Florida State game is actually turning out to be the game that kind of decides everything. So, I mean,
Sure.
what is your thoughts currently on the playoff situation? We know right now the four is Michigan, Washington, was Georgia, and Florida State. With the Alabama win, with them being up 8, do they get in?
Man, that's a good question, Polo. First of all, I gotta thank you, man, for holding it down these episodes. While I've been away, thank you, man. You've been doing a great job, and thank you to all the subscribers out there. I think what you say we're up to 70.
Yeah,
70 or so right now, man. Thank you. Can't appreciate
70 million.
70 million. But now getting to the college football playoff, the top four. As of right now, man, with Washington doing their thing last night, Georgia losing today, I gotta put Washington as my number one, man.
Really?
I do. I think that win. That's 2 wins over Oregon. I got a lot of respect for Oregon. That's 2 wins over them. They undefeated. To me, that's enough to jump over Michigan. So coming into the week, it was Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State.
Okay.
And so now Georgia. Hate to say this, all Bulldogs. I don't hate to say this, all Bulldogs, but y'all gone. Y'all done. The reign is over. The reign of terror is over, okay? But I would go right now, Washington, Michigan, because they'll do work tonight.
Okay.
My 3, if that score right there holds up, America, Florida State will be number 3.
Okay.
And then I'm sorry, SEC Nation, I got to do it.
You ain't
Texas
gonna do
number 4.
Oh, you're going to take the SEC completely?
They're out. Look, you can't put Bama in over Texas.
That's fair. Listen, I don't disagree, but me and you both know how this goes. We both reside in South Carolina. This is the Bible Belt. This is the home of the SEC, even though our team is not the best team in the SEC, but it is the home of the SEC. No shot at the Gamecocks.
Go Cox.
Don't say pause. Pause. But I do think it will be very interesting if no SEC team gets in. Me personally, like we were talking about earlier off camera, I personally think the committee's going to find a way to bump Florida State out of there. I hate to say it, Noel Nation, we deserve to be there, but if I'm on that committee, I don't want a Florida State team with their third string QB playing after Bama, who's a historically great team, one of the best coaches, if not the best coach ever in college football, just beat the number 1 team. I got to find a way to get them in there. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Hey, listen.
Especially if we struggle with Louisville tonight. Like if we win by a few points, like if in order to get in, I think we would have had to dominate. You know what I mean? The Travis injury was huge. It was against a damn non-conference opponent. It was just a freak injury.
It was.
You know what I mean?
It's bad. It's bad for college football.
Yeah, it was definitely bad because he was what I think a top Heisman person. He was going to definitely be at there at the end. I think the kid from Washington wins the Heisman. He's had an amazing year. He really is. I don't think Washington's for real though. Like I don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Washington for anybody. Oh, you just hating on.
Sounds like you hate.
I'm not hating on them, but last time we put their ass in that top 4, what happened?
Oh man,
it
didn't work out.
When they started playing them real teams, it was like maybe y'all shouldn't have been here. You know what I mean? And I don't see no difference. It's the same kind of lineup, fast pace. A lot of big plays. You start playing them SEC teams, man. Those guys that you running 50-yard post on, that's not going to be open, bro.
Now look, I just said I gave you what my top 4 will be if Florida State wins.
I got you.
If Florida State loses tonight, then I would put Texas in at 3, Bama at 4.
I got you.
Okay. Now, with all that being said, I think the 2 best teams in the country are Alabama and Georgia.
I don't think you have an argument for me with that. I have to agree.
But because of look, you can only play the teams on your schedule, right? Mm-hmm. So if Florida State goes undefeated, mm-hmm. I don't care if your quarterback is, whatever his name is, third string in right now.
Glenn.
Right.
Glenn is his last name.
Glenn. Okay, whoever Glenn is.
He's pretty fast for a white guy. Seriously.
Yeah, you got lit up a second ago though. You got, so if y'all win, if y'all undefeated, y'all in, homie. I mean, look, I'm a Gamecock. So I'm not a Florida State. If y'all win, y'all are in.
So you going with Washington? You got to say Michigan's gonna be number 2. You're saying Florida State's gonna be number 3.
If you win.
If we win.
Right.
And you got to put Texas in there, being that Texas got the edge over Alabama. They went to Alabama. They beat Alabama game week 2 of the season.
Right.
Okay. That's great, and I really hope it works out that way. I'm gonna go a different route. I believe this is about money. The committee is really gonna find a way to get Bama in. Even if we win, we'll probably struggle to win. I think Washington's in. I think Washington's gonna be number 1. Michigan's gonna be number 2. I think Texas bumps up to 3. And I think they're going to find a way to get Bama in at 4. That's just my personal opinion. With the landscape of college football, like we was talking about earlier, like it sounds crazy that the SEC may not be in the top 4, but with the portal and the NIL deals, like you were off camera. We were having a conversation about, and by all means, man, y'all chime in on YouTube. Y'all let us know what you're thinking. I personally feel like the NIL and the portal is a good thing, but there does need to be some more parameters around it. I know you feel differently about the NIL portal. I personally believe it's an opportunity, especially for some of the kids who made a mistake in the school that they chose to go to.
I feel you.
Not it's a bad school or a bad coach, but maybe it's just not a good fit for this kid. To be able to transfer, not have to sit a year, go to whatever school, really sell yourself to another school. It sounds like a great thing, but there's a different side of that. Why don't you tell me what
Yeah, and listen, man, I'm not. It's not that I dislike the NIL or the transfer portal. And actually, real quick, just to pick back up, you say you got Penix winning the Heisman.
Yeah, I got the Washington kid.
I'm gonna take Jaden Daniels, LSU, to win the Heisman.
He's been coming on strong.
Yeah.
All
right.
He's definitely coming on strong.
All right, so when it comes to the NIL and the transfer portal, listen, man, I'm not a hater. These kids, if you go to a school and the coach gets fired, you should be able to go because you're signing with the coach. You're not really signing with the school. You're signing with the coach. You think the coach is gonna be the one to do the most to get you to the next level. That's what you should be choosing for when you choose your college, or at least a part of this decision, right? Okay. So where the problem comes in at with this NIL is everybody thinks when they hear NIL, they think, oh, okay, well, Polo here, he plays ball for Florida State. I'm gonna go buy his jersey. Polo should get a portion of those proceeds, and that is 100% how it should be. That's how it was promoted. That's how it should be. That makes sense, right? How it's actually going is, Polo, you're an exciting young high school player. We want you to come play for South Carolina. And to get you to come to South Carolina, we're going to pay you $1 million. Not, okay, your jersey sales have been $1 million. Here's 10% of that. It's not ticket sales for games went up X amount of percent.
Right.
Here's a portion of that. It's not that. They're saying they're paying for play. They're giving you money to come play at South Carolina, at Florida State, at wherever. Okay? That's and then when you have situations, and I know we local here in Columbia, Juice Wells, if you see the show.
I was wondering if you was going to bring up Juice. I was wondering if you was going to bring up Juice.
If you see the show, thank you for what you did in 22. But in 23, you really did us over in 23. My man got paid, bro. And I think he played in 2 games all year.
We need to get that number on what Juice got.
I believe it was close to $1 million. I know it was six figures.
Definitely
I believe
six
it was close to $1 million.
And what he played in 2 full games, had a legit injury. You did
100%.
legit injury.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Legit injury coming into the season, and I can't stress this enough. My man did everything he did or could to get on the field when he could, and then had an aggravating injury first drive touchdown, by the way, against Georgia.
I remember that.
Yep.
He was the one who scored. I remember that. He was getting off that first drive.
Hey, look.
He was getting off.
Look, y'all can hate on the Gamecocks all you want. It would have been a different season with Juice Wells on the other side of Xavier Legette. Xavier Legette already had one of the best seasons in the SEC for wide receiver, but I don't want to get carried away, guys.
I don't agree with that. I absolutely think y'all probably would have won maybe 2-3 more games.
Yeah.
That's about it. But I feel what you're saying.
Yeah,
it would have been a different season.
Yeah, different
That's a
season.
bowl game. That's a bowl game.
That's all I mean.
Yeah,
I don't mean we're replacing Georgia and Atlanta. Or nothing crazy. I don't mean anything like that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. He's that type of a player. He's that caliber of a player. But him leaving, I can understand.
But this is the thing about the NIL. Okay, you pay Juice all year long, and no disrespect to him, but he only played 2 games.
Right.
So you making 6 figures. You playing 2 games. Now, before we talk about him leaving to go to Texas, let's talk about this. In today's NIL world, they're asking you, the fan, hey, can you donate $20 a month? That's what University of South Carolina is asking their fans. That's what Florida State, they're asking their fans. That's what everybody, they're all asking their fans, hey, can you contribute to pay these guys, because we can't win if we don't pay if our NIL game ain't strong.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward to Juice Wells. You paid all year, but you only played 2, and now you bouncing.
Now you gone.
But you ain't going pro. You're going to Texas, who, by the way, coming into the SEC next year.
They are coming into the SEC.
And you're going to Texas for more money. The reason I don't like the NIL the way that it is right now is because that's going to turn the fans against the game, man. I'm telling you, the fans are going to resent having to pay these guys. Number one, we're already paying high prices for the tickets.
Yeah.
We're already paying high prices for the apparel. We're already they're just pulling all the money that they can out of the fan. And Polo, people ain't gonna stand for that forever, man. They're not. It's gonna turn them off to the game. And so I'm a fan of NIL. I'm a transfer portal fan. Now I would only allow you to transfer one time every 3 years, maybe something like that. You know what I mean? Because you might be in school for 5 years. Once every 3 years, that's basically you get one transfer. So maybe you get to go to 2 different schools, possibly 3 if injury history, other details. But so that's all I mean with that is, look, I'm an NIL fan, but let's do it the right way. Let's give them portions of the proceeds. Don't just, if you're gonna do it the way they're doing it right now, Polo, and this is the last thing I got on this, you got to have contracts, because these fans aren't just gonna literally pay these players to stay here and then watch them walk away. They're not going to keep doing that. It's not a system that is set up for success.
You know what? That's a fair point. I think most of us look at it from the player's point of view and not actually the fans' point of view. That's we talk about that a lot on the Front Office Podcast. The fans' point of view of things and how you have to kind of respect the people that's paying to get you in the position that you're in. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to respect that aspect of it. Like, I think I said the other day when Malik Monk was talking about, man, fuck your parlays. But hold on, champ. Hey, maybe just go do your fucking job. You know what I mean?
Why are you worried about the parlay at all?
Like, I think some dude responded to Kevin Durant on Twitter. He was like, hey, listen, man, I just need a few of these Band-Aids, man. I cash app you. I'm the same way. Like, fuck that, man. Like, but I feel you on that. That's fair. That's a good point. I mean, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. NIL portal, right or wrong. So good to have Elwood, man. We finally got our first episode together, man.
Bobby, you done called me out, and you see who showed up. I told you I was gonna call him out on this episode. Bobby Nichols, where you at?
I ain't even called him Bobby.
I see you Facebook.
But we got a great year coming up, man. We'll upgrade the background. We really just wanted to get an episode in with just both of us to see how it goes. Next episode we'll be doing NFL and we'll be doing basketball review. We'll talk about Elwood Celtics and hopefully we don't talk about his Panthers.
Oh
I don't
no,
want to
we ain't
talk
talking about
them
that
at all.
No, no.
Hopefully we'll be talking about the Vikings maybe securing that wild card spot. But if those idiots do what I think they're gonna do, it's gonna be fucked up and they're gonna put Josh Dobbs on the bench after one bad game. So. But that's all we got for right now, man. Elwood, you got anything else you know what I mean? You want to say real quick?
No, that's it. No, I tell you what, man, I really enjoyed it. This is fun, man. I have fun. I think if we do this a few more times, maybe we get a few people to tune in, check us out, and maybe hit that subscribe and that like button. You know, I think we got something, man.
I would like to second him on that, man. Everybody checking in, make sure you like, subscribe, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Front Office Podcast. Peace.